I thought it was subpar. You know, the guys around me did a lot of great things, so it may not have seemed that way, but yeah, I didn't play well enough that I need to. I threw the interception. I got sacked once in the red zone, and besides that, I missed a couple reads and was a little bit inaccurate. But hopefully we'll fix it tomorrow watching film and this week in practice.
Were you able to give yourself somewhat of a break because it is the first game and there's all that to deal with?
Yeah, but, you know, we want to be perfect, so, you know, we got to get better. Mistakes happen in the first game, but, you know, Coach Lead always says making a mistake isn't a sin, but making the same mistake twice is, so we got to fix them.
I thought overall we didn't make as many assignment errors that I was concerned about. I thought our tackling was horrible. It looked like they were tackling like we do in practice, and we don't tackle in practice because of new rules and all those kind of things, so you never get to practice tackling, and it looked like it. We missed a ton of tackles. We were reaching instead of running through people. I mean, I thought it was okay. It was okay for the first time, but we got to get a whole lot better quick.
Coach, what was your assessment of the play of John Sanchez on the line and then Demonte Casey in the secondary?
I can't tell you how they played. I can't until I watch the film. I mean, I didn't see DeMonte get beat on anything. I saw John Sanchez get walked off the ball a couple of times. That's not good. But to address how they played for the whole game, I got to watch the film. I can't tell by the sideline.
So you talked about the kicking game, not really wanting to make your hopes up until you guys made a kicking game. What was that like watching Donnie make that first one?
Well, I was told that he says he kicked a 66-yarder in practice, and he's good from 55. Well, I think he missed a 48er, didn't he? And so. No, it was nice to see everything go right on PATs where the ball got up quick, so it's hard to block, and it was right down the middle, and the first field goal was a very nice kick. That's really fun to see. And then I thought the punt return was something special too. The guys that were blocking now, Lloyd did a nice job running with the ball, but they did a great job of blocking for him. I mean, there wasn't many people in his way. So if you count the whole kicking game, it was a positive tonight. I don't know what it says. I think last year's team wasn't ready to play. This year's team was ready to play. Maybe Eastern Illinois had almost a first-round draft, first-round quarterback that was playing, and the guy tonight wasn't a first-round quarterback. I mean, maybe that had something to do with it too.
You can talk about your first game as a feature back.
I think I played all right. I mean, the offensive line, they blocked pretty well, and the fullbacks, they also opened up holes. And overall, as an offense, I feel we can get better.
What do you think of the offensive line tonight? I mean, just in terms of how they're playing now versus what you guys finished with last year?
I think you have to compare them to what the offensive line looked like last year in the first game. I thought they looked much better than the offensive line did in the first game last year. I don't think they looked as good as the offensive line looked in the last game last year. And so hopefully they'll get better as they go. I think we're bigger. I think we're stronger. I think we're more athletic up there, so they ought to get better. But they were much better than the first week or first game last year.
You got a big play from Munson, came after the drive, right? They just drove down the road. Seemed like a big momentum thing, and whether it's playing North Arizona or whatever, does it kind of push your
I thought it changed the momentum back in our favor. I thought we lost the momentum a little bit after the interception, and then they drove the ball down and scored. I thought we lost the momentum some, and that brought the momentum back. It's too bad we had two others that we should have intercepted that would have been touchdowns too, because there was nobody between those guys in the end zone either.
Do you feel like today's performance went beyond what you were supposed to do? Did you excel as your guys?
No, I don't think so. I think our players are all mature enough and want to be good enough that they realize we should win. and we went out and played good enough to win convincingly. But they know there's better teams on the horizon too.
Coach, you talk about the poor tackling. Like, what can you guys actually do to fix that? Like, what are
You can't do anything in practice anymore to improve your tackling. You can't. I mean, there's rules and regulations on how many times you can be in full pads, and then you don't want to hit your own guys full speed because then you have injuries. So the only way you become a better tackler is play games. The NFL does it by playing exhibition games. We don't have that luxury by playing exhibition games. So we will tackle better next week, and then about the fourth game we'll tackle like a real football team. But everybody has the same problem.
With the safeties mentioned with the tackle and whatnot, seems like, you know, try to prove the all really aggressive. Malik was talking about that. That's just the way it is. He's going to take chances. They help his chance. They missed a delayed to be past that early on. And you same thing. There's a big catch in the middle. They kind of gave up. Would you rather than that way, considering how, you know, over time they're going to understand?
Well, I'm gonna have to watch the film. Their assessment of what they thought happened and my assessment of what you just described are completely different. Yeah, Naeem tried to knock a ball down instead of securing the tackle, which is a mistake when it's third and whatever and it's only a 5-yard pass, and if he makes the tackle, we're out of there, and it goes 65 yards. That's an experienced mistake, okay? The being too aggressive and missing tackles, I don't agree with that assessment whatsoever. Aggressive guys go and get those guys. They don't break down and let those guys make moves on them. So if that was his description, him and I will have a talk, because my opinion of that description is wrong. Because he missed tackles because he was too aggressive? I don't see that ever happening. I don't know. I saw him in a brace, though, and on crutches. And I'm sure they don't know for sure yet until they can actually do some tests on him. It didn't look good.
Now that the game is over, before the game, did you have a better sense and a better feel for this team, maybe being more focused going into this game?
Yes, I think this team went in with some humility, and I think last year's team went into the first game with some arrogance. And I think there's a difference between being confident and arrogant. You should go into games confident, but you should never go into a game arrogant, because stuff like that happens to you. But I thought this team had a lot more focused attitude and I think our team had confidence going in, but I don't think we ever disrespected the opponent.
And who set that tone for the team?
I don't know. I mean, for those that think coaches set the tone, we set a certain tone, but players believe what they want to believe. They do at all levels.
Quinn, can you speak to that? Who do you think is set the tone for you guys not being arrogant?
It's a mixture of things. I think it's a lot with the coaches. But last year, you know, the coaches told us the same thing going into the game. I just think it was more real to the players because of what happened last year. You know, so we listened to what, you know, they told us this year, and I felt like we did have a better focus this year.
When you're talking about you didn't seem exactly pleased with the performance, but after a few mistakes, that interception in particular seemed like, you know, you just saw two guys that stayed right, like not big enough, and you just kind of threw it up. We're facing pressure. What kind of happened?
I just threw it too high. I was throwing it to Azale, and I think he was open, but I just threw it too high.